Hi friends, welcome to my channel Tech Developer. In my last video, I have shown you how using the Spring Boot application, you can validate your request body with the help of validation constraint. So in my last video, we have covered the not null validation constraint, but now in this video, we will continue towards other constraint that is not empty, not blank. So let's start. As similar to the last video, we will be going to use the add the it not empty annotation, and same thing, the validation constraint of non not empty will contain the attribute like message, group and payload. So payload we are not going to use in this video. So uh, still we are going to use the only the message attribute. And as you know that I have already informed you that in some videos or next videos we will try to understand the concept of group. So let's take this thing as simple as possible. So for now just do the same thing as it was in the not null constraint. Give the message for the not empty constraint. Let's write a message here. We will create a key for that message. Public static final string skill name cannot be empty. Skill dot name dot not dot empty dot required. So key has been created. Now let's take this key and paste it in the validation message underscore en dot properties, and skill name cannot be empty. And similarly save this in the validation message class, and now go to the skill form and add this skill cannot be empty message. And now come to the not blank. Similarly for the not blank, same thing will be here, validation message, and we will create a constant for this. The instead of cannot be empty, we will write cannot be blank, and not dot blank dot required. And same, copy and paste the key in the validation message underscore en dot properties, and write the message that you want to pass to the user using that key. So skill name cannot be blank. Okay, so just save this and save the validation messages. Go to the skill forms, and in the not blank message attribute pass the string name as a skill name cannot be blank. So for now we have done our annotation part to validate the not empty, not null, not blank constraint over the field of name in the skill form. So in controller we do not need to change anything. We just need only the changes in the skill form. All the validation which we will do in the skill form using any of the annotation, we do not need to change it any changes in the controller side. The controller will just check that if the binding result has an error, just return that error message using your validation response in the response util method. So you can even use your own way to return the response. So after that let's test this that it is working fine or not. So right click on it, run as, and run as the Spring Boot app. So let's start the application. Now we will open the Postman. In database we can check that how many records we have. So let's query that data. Select star from skill. So we do not have any data for right now. So we will create the data for that also. Postman. Okay. So let's hit the API and check it that it is validating or not. So I'm just checking for the null part as if we have previously done. So just we are checking it out. So if I am passing the null, it will say that skill name cannot be blank. So guys, do you remember my last video point that why the group attribute is necessary? I will explain you in my next video definitely, but this is the reason which I am going to tell you that this is the reason. See, I have passed that null constraint should be validated first, but it is using the skill name cannot be blank, and sometime even you will receive still skill cannot be null, and sometime when you hit you can receive also sometime that skill cannot be empty. So what is happening here, it is not maintaining the sequence that which need to be validated first. Means suppose I have a skill name and that name field should be validated with these three constraints, that is it should not be null, it should not be empty, and it should not be blank. But what the main thing lie here in this validation point, that if you only use the not null, means only a single constraint on your field, then it is okay, then you do not need to do the grouping of constraint. But what happens when you are using lot of fields in your form or a request body, and each and every field contains more than one constraint, then only you need to make a sequence for that. Means you need to create some kind of grouping, or after that you will create a sequence for that, that in which order these validations should be performed. That means suppose if I am passing this null, then first should be check for the null. If it is not null, then check it for the empty, and if it is not empty, then check for the blank. So this order should be maintained. So I will explain you in this video that how you can make changes to your current application and make it applicable using the group attribute to perform the validation as required. So let's start. So first of all, for that, before going to implement that, you need to always remember that we have an annotation package or not. Yes, we have an annotation package, and inside that we have already created a group and sequence package in the starting of the video. When it was the first video, I have already cleared you why all these packages are creating. So let's start. So friends, in this video, in this package you need to create some grouping, means an interface for the grouping, and then we will create the sequence that how these grouping will work. So you can see that we have here the not null, not empty and not blank. What you need to do is you need to create a grouping for that, means you can say a not null group, not empty group and then a not blank group. So let's create a group for that. So let's create a group for not null, means we need to create an interface. So let's name it as a not null group so that you can easily recognize it. Not null group, and nothing you need to do after that. You need to create not empty group, and then you need to create not blank group. You need to remember that these grouping will be the only the interface, not the class. You have to remember this. After grouping, you need, suppose we have created the group for not null constraint, not empty constraint, and then created the group for not blank group constraint. Sorry, not blank constraint. So go to the scale form and use the groups attribute, and in this group attribute what we will do, for that we are using the not null constraint, then we need to provide the group which is related to the not null group. So the group name will be not null group, means this annotation or a not null constraint will be related to the not null group. So we are just grouping out the constraint and then we will provide that in which sequence these groupings should work. So let's do this for the others. So the for not empty group will be required, and for the other group not blanks, for that the not blank group dot class. So we have done here that we have provided the grouping that this not null constraint will follow the not null group, and then the not empty will follow the not empty group, and not blank constraint will follow the not blank group. After that you need to create a sequence. So give it the sequence should be in the sequence package, and give it the name as a validation sequence so that you can easily remember. So validation sequence will also be the interface, not the class. Now what the interface validation sequence will do, it will contain the group sequence, and inside the group sequence you need to provide the value, means array of the group sequence. So now I will say that either to first validate the not null group, not empty group or not blank group. So as per the understanding, the not null group should come first, because you need to check the field should not be null, then it should be checked for empty, and then it should be checked for blank. So we will provide the same sequence, not null group, not empty group, and again the not blank group and not blank group dot class. So always you need to remember that whatever the grouping you are creating, grouping means sequence is more important than grouping. or you can say that they are interrelated to each other. For what you need to do a grouping to validate that the constraint should be contained inside the group, and the sequence tells that in which order that group should be validated. So we have just done here. What the other thing we need to do is we need to go to the controller, and as I said earlier video, that with the validated annotation there is a value attribute in which the sequence will be defined. Means the validation sequence validation sequence dot class. That's it. You don't need anything else. We already done everything. So we just need to save it, and now we will check, and it will help you to understand that if I do not pass the skill name, then it will not check for the empty or blank until I do not provide some value to the skill name. Means a not null constraint will be first validated, then the not empty group will be validated, and then after the not blank constraint will be validated. So now we will test this application and check that validation are working in order or not. So let's start this application. Let's open the Postman and check that the API's validations are working fine or not. So now if I am passing the null, only the null constraint validation message should be occur. Means if I am passing the null, as earlier we checked, it was giving us the message that it should not be blank or it should not be null, or sometimes means it was not maintaining any order. So we will check that if I am passing the null, it will always give me the skill name cannot be null message. So let's check. So I hit it first time, it giving me skill name cannot be null. Again I am hitting, it is giving cannot be null. Again the null. Again cannot be null, again cannot be null, again cannot be null. So you can see that our validation is valid, means not null constraint is validating first. So suppose if I am passing the empty string, then it should not check for the null, because I am not providing the null value, I am just providing the empty value. So it should check for the empty and not the blank and not the not null constraint. So let's check this also. So you can see that I have passed the empty string to the field of name, and it is giving me an error for cannot be empty. Again they are empty, again empty, again empty, again empty. So how many times I am hitting? It is validating for only for the not empty group. So now we will check for the not blank. So give the space between the empty string, then it will definitely check for the blank. And then just click on this and you will see the message that skill cannot be blank. Cannot be blank, cannot be blank, cannot be blank. So means whatever time I am hitting the request, it is validating the request body in a sequence manner. Means the constraint are validating as per the sequence which we have provided in the validation sequence, and the validation sequence is working because of the grouping that we have done in the skill form. You can see that we have provided the grouping for that constraint, and then those grouping constraints are grouped inside the validation sequence, and inside the skill controller with the validated annotation I have provided the value attribute as a validation sequence class. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Bye for now. Hope if this video will help you. Please, if it is helping you, kindly like the video and share with the other friend so that it can help others. And don't forget to subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Bye for now. Take care.